Good morning, guys. The vlog's been up for a little while now, and I've already started receiving some answers as to what I should do about the OnePlus 2. Thank you guys for all of your comments, your concerns and everything. I'm still very much up in the air about it, so I'm going to continue to think about it throughout the day. I've still got a little while left on the invite, so I don't know. I'll let you guys know later in the day what I decide. But first, I've got to have some lunch. And I'm going full-on weird with my lunch today. I'm going to be doing this, I don't know the brand, it doesn't matter what brand. The Bee's Knees peanut butter with honey, I mentioned this before, with a banana, and then some Pringles pizza for the side. My wife always gets after me because whenever we go down the chip aisle, I immediately go looking for the weirdest chips I can find. And normally I wouldn't do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and toast the bread today. I've heard both ways, people doing peanut butter and banana with regular bread and peanut butter and banana with toast. I've only ever tried it on the regular bread and it always turns out kind of mushy, so I'm gonna try it with some lightly toasted bread. Alrighty, honey, peanut butter, and bananas on toast. Let's give it a shot. Tastes good to me. Actually, the honey and the peanut butter makes it kind of nice. Plus, I thinly sliced my banana enough so that I've got half a banana left. Well, had a good day with the post office today. Looks like this is the new battery and new charger for, actually this camera, the Canon Vixia Mini. It says it's generic for NB12L. And this is the battery pack charger for it, as well as the car adapter. So if I just need to charge while I'm on the go, that'll work too. And the other little thing over here, I'm not gonna take it out of the package or anything yet, but it is a teleprompter. Because up until this point, I've been using this as a teleprompter. It's got this big shade over it and clips and everything. And it works really well. It takes this, tablet in order to work, and it gets the job done, but it's just big, it's cumbersome. That's a teleprompter. You see how small it is? This is my hand next to it. And basically what this does is it screws into the front of my camera. Because my camera has a 52mm thread on the front of it, you just screw it into that, you put it on, and you've got a little teleprompter you can slide your phone into. So I'm absolutely pumped to give that a shot. Whenever I've been traveling up to this point, I've actually got I've got a second teleprompter that is made by the same guy that made that one. Found that one on eBay a while back for $120 or something like that. Same guy makes another one that is collapsible and portable and everything. And it's basically just a wood box that kind of opens up and you put another camera behind it. Again, it has that same problem of being kind of large like this, and actually it requires you to take 2 tripods. This new method is small, and it was about, I think it was 140 or 150 on Amazon. In this instance, all I have to do is take that little tiny box with me, my one tripod and my camera, and I wouldn't even have to have a big tripod. I could use the little aluminum magneset thing that I normally use. So I could have my camera on that, have my teleprompter on the front of it, and use whatever phone I happen to have with me for teleprompting. That would be amazing. So I'm gonna give that a shot, and I'm gonna be doing a full video about it over on the Twill channel sometime. Packages, 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 packages. Packages! So I was expecting one of these, but not the other. This one is a B&H order that I placed. As I've been making more and more videos, I'm definitely running short on space because I do like to archive at least the finished product. So B&H had this Western Digital WD Elements 5 terabyte drive for, I think it was $125. And like I said, I was completely running out of space, especially with all these vlogs, because I archive everything. So this should come in very handy. But this one, I didn't order it, and I'm curious what it could be. Oh, I do remember this. I didn't order it, but the company said they were going to be sending it my way. It is a Transmart Quick Charge 2.0 rapid car charger. So this actually is supposed to be, it says 2 USB ports for quick charge. So this may not actually be the right one. The one they were supposed to be sending was supposed to have a USB Type-C port on it. I was wrong there. It says tech inside is Quick Charge 2.0 plus Type-C cable. So it has one quick charge port plus a quick charge capable USB Type-C port apparently. So that is very, very nice. And then the other one is 2 smart ports and then 1 quick charge 2.0 port. So this should be very helpful, especially with new devices coming out that all support quick charge and or USB Type-C or both. So I'll be doing a quick video about both of these over on the Twill.tv channel, testing them out and everything. Well, that worked out pretty well. All the packages unboxed, did it all on camera and everything, got everything filmed. Now I'm getting ready to set up that hard drive. One of the reasons why I bought the hard drive was there was a potential Western Digital makes a bunch of different drives, the different series of drives. Specifically, they've got, in this USB 3 drive I've got, they have a green and a red version. The green version is slow, it's energy efficient, it is intended to be used for energy savings. The red version is intended to be used for NAS, for long-term storage, for high access, high availability type storage. Little power heavy, but much, much better performance. And you can't really tell by buying it which one you're getting unless you can look at the little code on the bottom. Well, according to the code on the bottom and the thread over on Slick Deals where I found it, I've got the one with the red drive in it. So that is just absolutely awesome. And you're probably wondering why I'm waving this around. I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys about these as well. This is something that, okay, a lot of the stuff that I end up buying or end up using comes with these really, really big wall warts. They're big power adapters, they're horribly large power bricks. This hard drive has one of them. So what I've started doing is I go on Amazon and I buy 1-foot power extensions. They're very thick, they're very nice, they're 3-prong, and they give you 1 foot away from your plug. So on a given power strip, I can have a few of these to get the wall warts away from the power strip, the surge protector, so I can have a bunch of different ones with those big bricks on them and not have to worry about putting them next to each other. But a whole pack of these, I think I bought 10 of them for like $12 or $13. I'll see if I can find the exact ones that I bought, but it's a E-Tech City brand 1-foot 3-prong outlet extension power cable. 18 gauge wire, so it's not the thickest you can buy, but it's probably rated for outdoor almost. I mean, I wouldn't use it outdoors, but still gets the job done. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook this hard drive up. I'm gonna look into doing some more work on the video. Christina and Duncan are not home at the moment. I got home before they did, and I've got a little bit of time, so I'm trying to get as many videos done as possible before they get back. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. I got the drive hooked up and everything. I ran this crystal disk info on there that it said to try. Unfortunately, the drive that I got inside of it is the Western Digital Green Drive WD50EZRX. But you know what, the drive, the bare drive itself, actually cost more than the drive in the enclosure when I bought it, so I'm okay with that. Pete the cat and the bad banana.
Okay.
Pete the cat is eating a banana. Pete loves bananas. They're sweet and tasty and easy to peel. I had a banana today. Did you?
No.
Sometimes Pete puts a banana on his peanut butter sandwich. I did that today. But one day, Pete eats a bad banana. The banana's gross, the banana's mushy, the banana's yucky. Pete's mom tries to help. She bakes Pete's favorite, banana bread. I love that too. Pete will not touch it.
Me too, I love banana bread.
Do you? Pete tries a pickle. It's long like a banana. Pete tastes it. Better, Pete says, but not as good as a banana. Pete tries fish, plums, rice, hot dogs, watermelon, and his mom's nut bread. Pete eats them all. He's not hungry for bananas anymore. Pete wants a banana. They're yummy and healthy. Bananas are the best. Thanks to Greg and his banana, Pete wins the race. Pete is bananas for bananas.
Banana, banana.
He looks like a really long cat.
And I went bananas to go bananas.
Say good night.
Good night.
Well, I'm going to be wrapping up the evening now. I've actually been ultra productive this evening since I've been home. As I mentioned, I was able to film a bunch of stuff before Christina and Duncan got home. So I actually managed to get two videos completely done. One is already uploaded. The second is uploading right now. The first one's going to be scheduled to go live at the same time that this video is going to be going live. So if you're interested in seeing it, it's about the Western Digital 5TB hard drive. I'm going to just, I unboxed it on camera. I got it all hooked up and just very quickly showed the speed test and mentioned that unfortunately the drive that I got is the green drive. So it's not a big deal. It's going to work out just fine for me because really I just use it for long-term storage. So if it uses less power, it's actually kind of better for me. And all three of the other Western Digital drives that I've got 3 1.5 terabyte drives, and they're all green drives, and they've all worked just fine for years now. Knock on wood. But yeah, I got those 2 videos done. I've got a third video that I've got all the unboxing stuff captured for. Now I've just got to do the testing of those products. And then I've got so many other things that I've got to finish up. I have so many videos for the main channel that I have to finish up that I'm just sitting on, working on here and there. I've allowed myself to get way too far behind, but luckily I don't have anything really looming over my head. You must have this done by this date kind of thing. So that is such a relief. And at the same time, I've got, what, 2 or 3 more videos for the XDA channel I need to do. I've got to do the ZUK Z1 review. I've got to work more on the sub $100 phone videos. So much stuff to do. And really, that's great. It's awesome to have things to be working on, things that need to be done by a certain time. And then amongst all of that, of course, I've got the day job stuff, I've got stuff with the family, Duncan soccer, Christina being pregnant. Speaking of which, I spent a little bit of time in there earlier. She's gotten to the point where she's wanting, like I said, she's starting to nest, she's starting to want to come up with a name. We'll go ahead and put it out there to you guys. We're having a little boy. I told you this before. We're going to be having a little boy at the end of the year. We don't have a clue what to name him. As I've mentioned before, we named our first son Duncan. That's a family name. But we don't really have any other family names that would translate well to being a boy's name. So we've gone through some names, like she's really into the name Liam, and she jokingly threw out the name Linus, which actually I kind of like. And we've talked about other things like Trevor and Trent, and just something that's more sort of uncommon. You know, we don't want to name him David or John or Henry or Tom. Not any offense to anybody named those things, it's just a slightly more common name. We'd like something a little bit more uncommon, but not weird. I even like the name Xavier or Xavier, like X-Men, you know. I'm a geek, what am I gonna say? But in amongst all of that, what we were doing was the baby was just kicking like crazy tonight, and is actually getting to the point where I can feel when the baby kicks if I just put my hand on her stomach. So I was sitting there with my hand on her stomach. I should have been filming this, but it was really a good moment. So when we would say a name, we would sit there and wait and see if he would start kicking. And there were several times, just different names here and there, where he'd start kicking. Like, we jokingly said the name Christopher Robin, the kid's name from Winnie the Pooh, and he started kicking like crazy. Maybe when we're a little farther along and it becomes a little more obvious that he's kicking, because at some point you can actually start to see the little foot sticking out when he kicks. That's the time where I may show you guys real quick, just because that's something I wasn't aware of before we had our first son. So that may be something we share down the road, but not quite yet. And before I let you guys go, I completely forgot the OnePlus 2. I've been reading through the comments, and the comments are very polarized. There's people that say don't do it, there's people that say absolutely do it, there's people that say buy it and then resell it if you don't like it. And that's actually kind of the standpoint that I take. If I buy it and I just don't like it at all, I can always sell it. And there's no way that I wouldn't be able to sell it for at least what I paid for it. And I have seen some comments saying things like, well, that's taking something away from somebody else. The invite has been apportioned out to me, and it's a very good likelihood if I get it and I do end up reselling it to somebody else, that's somebody who wasn't high enough up on the list to get their hands on one. So I'm actually helping somebody else out, passing along good fortune, as it were. So I am actually going to go ahead and be purchasing it. And I figure the worst case scenario, like I said, if I just absolutely don't love it, I can always sell it off, or I can see if there's any friends or family members that are interested in picking it up for the price that I paid for it, so that they get a good phone at a good price and I don't end up having to keep the phone. That said, I don't know, I may end up keeping it. I've heard the camera is just absolutely amazing. It's got very nice specs, not blowing anything out of the water or anything, and it doesn't have the fast charging or NFC. I'm going around in circles. I'll get into that on the Twill channel when the phone shows up. So yes, I did go ahead and order the phone. But anyway, it's been a very long day. Not a bad day in the slightest. Got an awful lot of stuff accomplished. Looking forward to what tomorrow brings. Actually, just always looking forward to what tomorrow brings at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.